King Harris, come get in the bed, baby.
Boy, get out the bed. Come on.
Ooh, I like the way you said that.
Don't call me that again.
All right, Queen Harris. Ooh.
They got a good last name. Let's go. Come on.
Your little petite ass.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, pause. Hold on, baby.
So recently, Blueface said his girlfriend looked like King. And I think that was very presumably lustful to say. Not that it is anything wrong with having similar features as a male or female, yet often people attribute lighter-skinned men to being pretty or soft.
Shit, as a player though, why would you say your girl look like another man? Like, that's weird, bro. I get the joke, bro, but I would never did no shit. Like, I would have never said no shit like that. Then props to her. She like, oh, well, that means I'm handsome. Nah, baby, you supposed to be beautiful, pretty, sexy. Men are handsome. You know? Like, don't get her thinking she handsome, Blueface. I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? She's beautiful, you know? Man traits should not be there. I see in the comment section, they like, I know King tight. I'm less mad, more like weirded out. It's like, why would you call your girl? Why would you say your girl resembles a guy?
As the research shows, skin tone significantly dictates how a man's masculinity is perceived. While dark-skinned men are often stereotyped as alpha or aggressive, light-skinned men are frequently tagged as pretty or soft. In this situation, King happens to be what some people would call multi-generational mix, or MGM. His mother is biracial, and a lot of people say that he looks like his mother, and his father is arguably black, or at least presents himself as a light-skinned black man. Thus, King is heavily light-skinned. King, ironically, has been called ugly and compared to many cartoon characters.
So, like, let the world know about you for people that don't know who you are.
What I like to tell people is, if I'm the ugliest motherfucker in this world, what that make you? See, the world will say this is alcohol, but it's water. I love Waffle House.
So I thought it was quite interesting that Blueface attributed him to someone he was actually attracted to, which was his girlfriend. It is noted that African American men choose its mates based on the complexion of his or her skin. McDermott and Pettyjohn indicated women with lighter skin had higher perception related to attractiveness and more likely to be dated. Matthew recalled that African American men choose to marry lighter-skinned women, or I would even argue ambiguous women, in order to uphold their social standing. Blueface has a history of dating light-skinned and or ambiguous women. What is particularly interesting is that both are rappers in an industry where image is currency.
What you get King Harris, a straight A student, an honor roll student who went to private school, who is out here crying about the fact that, oh, I was at my grandmama's house. Boy, my grandmama didn't live behind the gate. Boy, your grandmama got a big ass house. Boy, your grandmama did not live in the hood. Miss Diane don't live in the hood. I'm telling you. Miss Diane does not live in the hood. And so the doctor found it very hard to have sympathy for King Harris. Now, if anything...
Despite King possessing prominent West African features like larger lips, a broad nose, and arguably curly hair, Blueface chose to again acknowledge him during a presumably intimate moment while lying in bed, beckoning his girlfriend. And this proximity is a bit jarring. It suggests that even in his private life, Blueface is preoccupied with the status hierarchy mentioned in this study. By projecting King's face onto his girlfriend's, he's attempting to emasculate a peer by associating his features with femininity, even though those same features are traditionally viewed as markers of Black masculinity. Honestly, the fact that Blueface is known for being into his looks, at least at the beginning of his career, with, for example, licking his eyebrows and appealing to this pimp role, his remarks were a bit questionable. I'm going to play some public opinion and then I'm going to conclude.
Okay, Blueface is being really weird right now. Why is this nigga comparing his girlfriend, saying she looks like T.I.'s son King? And then T.I.'s son King replied, like, why are you so adamant about your girlfriend looking like me? And then Blueface gonna say, it's not my fault. It's nothing masculine about you. You're feminine. You're petite. It's not my fault. You look like your mom. I don't know. And to me, this conversation really just gives, like, we see who's doing the bending in jail. I don't know. I think that this is a very telling conversation.
You know, some of y'all might see me in this uniform and think I'm a police-ass nigga, and that's okay. But one thing I'll never feel bad about is being somebody that has never seen prison. Because moral decisions decide, y'all gangster rappers that are actually following the code properly are coming home from prison and then taking it upon themselves to be like, hey, this guy, this man, this male looks just like my girlfriend. Then got the nerve to be like, hey man, you look just like my girlfriend, don't make it weird. Got the girl on here being like, oh, I must be handsome. Niggas is fresh home from prison acting like this. I don't understand how y'all aren't terrified to do a crime.
Meanwhile, ain't nobody mentioned the fact that Blueface talking about he in love with King Harris. Because in what world does any man compare his woman to a nigga? What? The way you be over there cracking that woman back in, you got the audacity to sit here and say that she looks like a man? Because, sir, if you into niggas, just say you into niggas. I mean, you have another female every damn week. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a nigga somewhere hiding in the back. That ain't none of my business. I'm just saying. It's very disrespectful and she's very ignorant to sit here and let you compare her to a damn man. And you know what, Clarissa, get your son. Cause, okay, King Harris, your type, right? Okay. We just gonna walk past that one. Alrighty. Alright, y'all. Have a good day.
Man, I don't know why the fuck y'all be thinking all light-skinned niggas pussy, bro. When I look at a black brother, bro, I don't see no motherfucking color, gang. And nigga, I scarper real motherfucking good, fam. And I ain't never duck a fade in my motherfucking life, bitch. And if you on that shooting shit, bitch, we could take it there too, bitch. I'm with all that too, my nigga. I really just be thinking a nigga look good with y'all little sweet ass, bro. You on that light-skinned shit. Like, what, nigga? Y'all be so sweet, my nigga. Cause I never see a dark-skinned nigga and be like, man, you on that dark-skinned shit. Like, what? That shit don't even sound right. I really be mad cause a nigga really punch dick in your bitch and then beat the fuck out you, gang. That shit, y'all be acting like y'all gotta remind a nigga they light skin, bro. It's like every day I get the you're a light skin. Bitch, I know I woke up like this, ho. Can't change the shit, bitch. You see what I'm saying, bitch? I might have just got a little red, bitch, but I can't change the shit, my nigga. Then it be like this, my nigga. If I double back and I be like, man, you dark as fuck, you black ass nigga, all that. Then I'm colorist, my nigga. Y'all really be on that annoying shit, my nigga. That shit really just getting played out, man. We all black, man. We all win, my boy. All one skin, my nigga.
Men as a whole have a hard time expressing their emotions for a plethora of reasons. So many of them have such deep-rooted misogyny because they are men and associate women and their emotions and femininity with being unstable, irrational, and belligerent. So when society is constantly telling light-skinned men that because they are lighter, that they are more feminine, and they already subconsciously and consciously are misogynistic and associate femininity and women and their emotions with being unstable, belligerent, and irrational, in their minds, they're like, all right, cool. So I can navigate my relationships with women with instability, being irrational, and being belligerent because I'm a lighter man. Therefore, corresponding with the narrative that light-skinned men are feminine. There's so much deep-rooted colorism and misogyny when it comes to conversations like this. That is why it is so important for you to decolonize your mind and logically assess what is happening with an agenda.
You know, how they want, you know, a dark-skinned man, right? And why don't you like light-skinned men? Oh, well, light-skinned men are They soft, they feminine. But he had all of these characteristics, negative characteristics that they associated with light-skinned men. And the dark-skinned men always is associated with masculinity, and they're tough, and they're more of a man, which is why when you ask most women what kind of man you want, they always say tall, dark, and handsome. To me, that is absolutely a form of colorism, because if women can associate light skin with being feminine and soft, then it's no different from a black man saying like, well, dark skinned women are aggressive, masculine. It's the same concept, but again, we put a lot of emphasis on when men do it as opposed to women do the same thing. So I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Unfortunately, I would have to agree with you. More often than not, light-skinned girls are put on a pedestal by everybody for the most part. And then as men, we often get the negative side of it more often than not, which is, like I said from the original video, you want to be a bad bee. You prettier than me, blah, 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 from dudes. Oh, y'all soft. Oh, you, et cetera, et cetera. Undesired behavior. Then it's the stereotypes. I only date white women. I've never dated a white woman. Nothing against it, just never have. Light-skinned women, I dated maybe once or twice. But realistically, my preference, what gets my attention is brown-skinned women. I love brown-skinned women. Chocolate women too. That's my go-to. Unfortunately, these are things I all put on my jacket the moment I was born. By black people at that.
This is real. I know how it sounds, but I can't even fault you for it, because once upon a time, I was a victim of the same mentality. It is socializing. We're programmed to believe these things. And that's the reason why I actually have a lot of understanding for light-skinned heterosexual men when they talk about the challenges that they face. Because I ain't even gonna lie, I always knew exactly who I was, I always knew exactly what I wanted. And because I was socially programmed to have this mindset, you had to be black, but I love. I never forget, first day of 6th grade. Yeah, 6th grade. I got it in early. I would purposely become your best friend just because I was sexually attracted to you. And I figured, well, if we best friends, then eventually we're gonna spend the night at each other's house. And then, because in my mind, I thought light-skinned dudes was, I used to think that light-skinned dudes was pretty, and I used to want to fuck them. And I used to think that was the only reason why they was created. Don't blame me, blame programming. Influence didn't make me gay, but influence absolutely did make me think that all light-skinned dudes was bottoms. Which, if we were socialized the same way, is probably some of the reason why you think this. It translates to a heterosexual woman as they're pretty and you don't take them serious. It translates to a gay man as in they all bottoms and need to get fucked. And I was running through them. It would be funny because I would meet some, they would try and fuck me. Girl, stop. Quit. I don't care how much you like me. It ain't happening. Come to your senses. And these are the thoughts that I had as a child, as a teenager. In the gay world, the light-skinned dudes played into it. They loved being seen as the pretty ones. And because I was dark-skinned with looser texture hair, they gravitated towards me. And because so many other dark-skinned dudes were also affected by colorism, they put light-skinned dudes on a pedestal. But because I could always get them, I treated them like trash. In my mind, it was like, these niggas think you special. Like, bitch, I'ma dog walk you. I'ma just fuck all y'all. I'm fucking all of y'all. Everything that these niggas think is special, I slaughter them. These are the conscious thoughts that were in my mind. I'm just being honest. And if I thought this about other men, I can only imagine what that type of social programming does to a woman. That's why I say, I cannot blame you for believing this and thinking this, because it makes absolute sense how you came to this conclusion. See, I'm a logical person. Logic is simply going from here to here, showing your work. I know exactly how you came to that conclusion, and it makes sense. I can't blame you for that. But thank God I eventually came out of that shit. And again, it wasn't because of society. It was because I fucked too many of them. And it was like, after you drove one Honda, you pretty much drove them all.
I think it's interesting that most videos of King that went viral is him defending himself or attempting to display some level of masculinity, especially among Black people. I think a lot of this may be because light-skinned men are often deemed as soft, and he often was in environments like Atlanta and also had to live up to his father being a quote-unquote trap rapper. King being a Nepo baby, though, really didn't help how the public perceived him. Also, I keep hearing feminizing light-skinned men is upholding dark-skinned women as masculine. And I'd even argue that it limits dark-skinned men as well, putting them in a rigid gender box that perpetuates them as always tough. So on both sides, dark-skinned Black women and men are dehumanized, which can be exhausting and frankly untrue for many of them. I also think of how people carry out the idea of a pretty boy in per se prison, and the correlation of Blueface just getting out of prison and the homophobia that surrounds it. The idea of King being viewed as a sex toy, basically being visualized as a good-looking woman to fulfill like this idea of inmate sexual desires, is often perpetuated in prison culture, where some people make jokes of those who have soft or feminine features as being misused or basically perceived as a woman in prison. Honestly, Blueface could have been trolling because he is a major troll, and King often will respond to nonsense. Yet if Blueface was part of the LGBTQ community, at least openly, it would still be disrespectful because King identifies as a straight male and the comment was really unwarranted. So what do you all think about the topic in general and Blueface's comment? Let me know below. And thank you so much for listening to Books and Looks TV. I'll see y'all next time.